Page 19, Oral Lee. On page 16 and 17, they're introducing you to the left-hand stuff. So let's talk left-hand stuff. If you're still struggling with the right-hand stuff we just did, then go back and keep reviewing that before you go on. Don't be in a hurry to get through this book. You won't learn faster. You'll just fail quicker. So, left-hand stuff, page 16. C position, I already sort of explained C position. You know that each finger's on a note and C's the bottom note. Now we're using left hand. And you know where a C is on the piano by now, I hope. It's the bottom of group of 2. So there's a lot of C's. So left hand is going to be the little finger on the C. Lots of C positions. That's C position. Okay. Then they talk about the bass clef. You already know what a staff is. Let's look on page 17. Those group of 5 lines. Okay, at the beginning, look at the bottom of page 17. Those 3 lines of music. At the beginning of each line, there's a curl with 2 dots. That's called a bass clef or F clef. It tells you where the notes are on that staff. It's called an F clef because the line in between the 2 dots is F. It's pointing out or showing you where F is on the staff. And if you know where F is, you can figure out where all the other notes are by going up or down the alphabet. We don't bother with that. We don't have time to figure anything out. You got to memorize the notes. So we're here, these notes, we're in C position, and you just memorize them. They show you in the middle of the page. It's C, D, E, and G. But you got to memorize them in the music. Just work on them and drill yourself. Like at the bottom of page 17, play the note and say the name of it. So you're G, F, E, D, C, G, F, E, D. All 3, just over and over and over until you know the names of these notes automatically. It may take a while. It doesn't matter. Take your time because these are completely different than the treble clef notes. They're 2 different clefs, so take your time on these. Now on page 18, they're introducing you to another kind of note. So we've had quarter notes, which is a solid circle with a line. We've had half notes, which is an open circle or a hollow circle with a line. Now a whole note is just a circle, no line, just an open circle, or a hollow circle, I should say. It's a whole note. It's the same as 4 quarter notes or 2 half notes, because you take a whole and divide it. I went through this before. They divide in half each one. So there's 4 quarter notes and a whole note, or you can think of 4 quarters and $1 or something. However, whatever it takes to help you remember the relationship between these notes. As far as how many beats it gets, that depends on a few other things we haven't learned yet. Right now, we're giving a quarter note a beat. We're counting quarter notes. 1, it's quarter notes. Therefore, a whole note, you're going to hold it down for 4 of those. That's all that's for. So now let's look at Oral Lee. Again, you see the 2 stabs there, the 2 lines, bass clef. So you've got to look it over first. And we're going to use the left hand. And they put the finger numbers for the left hand below the staff. Again, you only need the first finger number. You don't need any of the others. So I would encourage you to take a pencil and scribble out, cover up all those other finger numbers. You don't need them because it's too easy just to read finger numbers. You don't want to read finger numbers. You want to read notes. And be patient. Be easy on yourself now. This can take time to get this. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Just take it slow and easy. Work on them over and over and over. First, I'm going to say the name of the note, and I'm going to play it, or I'm going to play it and say it. Okay, so I'm starting here in C position. And that C, by the way, is the lowest. We've already had C here in the treble clef. You go down to the next C, and that's that C. That's which C it is. Because there's a lot of C's it could be. But no, this is 1 C under or down from where we were here. So just say it. C, F, E, F, G, D, G, F, E, D, E, F, C, F, E, F. I mean, they put the names of the notes in the middle of the note, which I kind of wish they wouldn't do that either. You got to memorize these. You just got to work on them over and over and over. Whatever it takes for you. Everybody learns a little differently. To learn these, work on them. It's important. note. Then once you can say you know the names of the notes, then we'll go through and we'll do the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to count to 4 over and over and over. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. See, if you're reading these finger numbers, you're going to get all confused because it's not the counting. It's right again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Remember, a half note gets 2 counts. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. See, the whole note I got held down for 4 counts before I go on. So I go through and I do the counting on all of it. Again, you want to be able to play this without looking at the keyboard. You want to feel it. You got to develop a feel for the keyboard. So we go ahead and we're working on a lot of different things at the same time. So go slow, go over and over and over. Make sure you're fairly comfortable with this before you go on. There's no hurry, as far as I'm concerned. Then once you can get the counting down and all that, there's no hesitations anywhere. You can play it okay. Then come back to this video, to the Play With Me section, and play it with me slowly. Now again, when I do these Play With Me sections, I'm not performing it. I'm just playing it slowly so you can play along to make sure you got the same notes I'm doing at the same time. That's all it's for. On a lot of the videos, I will demonstrate the piece in the middle of the video. I usually bury it inside someplace, so you can hear it if you need to. But there's a danger with that, and I'll explain that when I get there. I don't demo this. Let's just do what Play With Me is fine. So I'm going to give us 4 counts, and let's do this together. 1, 2, ready, go. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3,